Well, I want to welcome you to what is probably for most of you your first college course in economics. I know I'm excited about teaching it, and I hope that you are equally as excited about learning it. And I also hope that at the end of the semester you are even more excited then than you are now. Now, I know that most of you are going to probably major in the business college, and I think economics serves as a great foundation for any major within the business college, because economics will teach you how to make better managerial decisions. But even beyond that, economics is useful not only for business college majors, but for all majors, because economics will help you better understand the world in which you find yourself. You'll be able to look at events and be able to better understand why these events have unfolded as they have. As a matter of fact, that's what attracted me to economics. I know I'll tell you part of the story during the class itself, but let me tell you that I started out as a chemistry major, and then I quit school and I worked for a while, about 8-9 months, in the welfare system as an eligibility worker. And it was working there, seeing people who were receiving welfare, that I realized that economics plays a really crucial role in the world. And when I finally did go back to college, I went back as an economics major because I wanted to understand the world that I find myself in. So economics is not only important for us understanding what we see in the world around us, but it's also important for the world as a whole. I've got a map here, a map of the world at night, and what you see are the lights. And when you look at some of this, some of this is pretty clear. Let's look right here. We can zoom in on the United States, and obviously you see Florida. And if you look closely, you can see Gainesville. But you see all the lights in the United States. We pan across Europe. You see all the lights there. You see the boot of Italy. You see the lights going down the Nile River. As we keep on panning across, you come to India, you come to China, and then you come to Japan. And what I want to show you, you come to the Korean Peninsula right here. Here's the Korean Peninsula. The bottom part of the peninsula is like Japan, like Europe, like other developed areas. The top part of the peninsula, though, is dark. What's the difference? Well, the difference is the bottom part of the Korea is South Korea. The top part of the peninsula is North Korea. They have vastly different economic systems. And those economic systems create that vast difference that you see on this map. That you see where South Korea is an advanced nation, producing and consuming goods and services that are world class. North Korea, on the other hand, can't even feed its own people. People starve to death there every year. Why the difference? It's in economics. I'll talk more about this in class itself, but I want you to see this, to understand the importance of economics. Now, let me just talk very briefly about this first module. This first module is very short. It's only 2 chapters. It's relatively straightforward too, I think. We'll talk about a lot of things that you already understand, but we'll just make it explicit. Because once we make it explicit, then I know the playing field is level for everybody. We'll talk about 3 big economic questions that in some sense serve as foundation for the remaining part of the course. But with that said, I probably ought to stop this now, and if there are already lectures taped, you can start watching them. If they're not lectures taped, you can certainly start reading the textbook. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 will be covering this first module.